Oop.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Scott and I are trying to figure out if StreamYard's next because he lost his notice and it's been weird. I mean, things are just not working well. We figure that TikTok's coming out to invade us.
Yeah, something. There's a lot of weird.
There's a lot of weird.
My scheduled live stream was gone from StreamYard. So I had to go to my email I sent you to log into this.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it lucky you have a partner? Just imagine how much fun it would be.
Yeah, I had to restart everything. Strange.
Did you see Angla's last comment?
Chips?
NATO and the Baltic Sea. They're apparently NATO's gearing up in the Baltic Sea. And Angla's...
Yeah, they're what do you call it? They're guarding the areas in the Baltic.
That have the cable, that have the networks.
They're guarding the cables and whatnot, yeah.
Oh, Debbie, we're so glad you're back if you haven't watched us in ages.
Hi, Deb. Oh, thank you.
It's lovely to see you here. And Angela here. I had a class yesterday that she could have been in. She wasn't there. We were kind of concerned about your girl.
Jennifer took a media break. Oh, sweetie. At least you can decompress.
You can come here. If you don't know the history of my channel, I created it in December of 2020, and it was to create an environment where people could learn to grow their own spiritual skills. That's why it's called the garden. You're supposed to bring your spiritual seeds and plant them and learn. And so I've been helping people avoid the media for years.
Is war coming to Taiwan? No, I don't see that.
We need to get through the Life One inauguration at a time at this point. Oh, Violetta's son died? Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. Lashek. I've seen that.
Prayers to her family. That's hard.
It's so unfortunate.
Carrie dies reporting for duty. We're creating our own little army, Scott.
Sweet. Let's throw a card on today and a card on tomorrow.
Can I throw a garden on today and a garden on tomorrow?
If you want to do that, go for it.
I will do that.
I'm trying to pick up the energy of what the universe is trying to tell us the next 2 days here.
Okay, now, rocks don't lie. Tell us the truth. Well, it sees it from its perspective, and what we might think is horrible, it might see as not so bad. Okay, this is today. What's the energy around us today? Ooh, got some interesting throws. Oh, this is really good. My Tree of Life reading. I have grounding or pyrite in the Tree of Life, and it says, "Fool's gold is a deception of not recognizing abundance beyond the physical. Learn this lesson from harmony." So what it's telling us is, if we tie only to kind of what's right in front of our face, that's a fool's gold. The real gold is learning to live with life in harmony. So what have we got? We've got our mind is between the root chakra. Creativity is the path to security. And your thoughts are leading the way. So this ties together with what I feel. If we focus on certain issues and say, oh my God, it's going to be horrible and terrible, and this is awful, it's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. And this stone is telling us our security comes from our thoughts, and we direct that. And to go for it, we have control over it. Where are our bodies? Oh, our bodies are in fire. Fire is history past, And it says that we're embodying our past, and a lot of that's the fear that came from living through what we've lived through. We just need to understand that's there, but it's not there legitimately because it's the right thought. What's emerging from the earth, and this is what's coming up in our minds. We have many paths ahead of you, and the correct ones will appear in the future. And right now, we've got in our third eye, spirit helps your vision see around the corners. And where'd the other part go? Spiritual changes are happening right now because it's spirits in the present too. So what I see is if we clutch on too strongly to certain things and say, oh, but the one I really hate is he's gotten away with everything. Well, no, he hasn't. A whole lot's been out there in the world. And his compatriots, a whole lot's out there and them on the world. So we need to tie into our better natures and think about things in a positive space and the way we wish to perceive them. And that today is the day to what's most important here is really where our spirit is. And spiritual changes are happening, and we need to pull into our intuition instead of what our lion eyes are telling us in front of us. So that's today. What'd you get, Scott?
There's a sense of things happening that we're not seeing.
Yeah.
Because I get justice. So I think the universe is still working on justice.
Mm-hmm.
We got the devil coming, supposedly coming in, right?
In talking about the
and the Six of Cups. So that's, we've been there, done that. So I think justice is still moving behind the scenes that we don't know about. I mean, I was getting something about the 15th, last week, and we didn't see it on the news, but I definitely felt something was going behind the scenes, because 45 was supposed to get that reading about the election interference or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So the things are moving. We're just not seeing it. That's what I got for today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to throw tomorrow. Oh, we're going to be pulled much more into ourselves, but we're going to be seeing things very clearly. And this stone being a little bit in water says grounding changes are settling into long-term patterns. So something we're going to see is going to clarify that. And then you've got all this stuff. Man, something's coming up out of somebody's past, because fire it's our ancestral past. It's our own past lives. And in fire, we have our mind, which is don't be too tied to false energies of the past. We have our clarity in there. Never a good place to have clarity. Use ideas from the past to carry you forward to new solutions. And the body, which is kind of the real physical parts of what we're doing, it's in fire. It means we're embodying our past, but our past is being looked upon. Options are not clear. Well, you'd think they'd be clear. And then we have the past. Looked previous things that served you. But okay, so that's where the body is. And where's our spirit? Our spirit's between water. With transmutation is completed, which means this is as far as he goes. And air. Mental actions are the path to our abundance. So we just have to stay sharp. It's going to look like long-term changes have settled in, but they've locked in a way that's really, really rigid. And there's all this stuff coming up out of the past. So Tomorrow is going to be a very confusing day. I'm going to be editing a lot of documents and not paying attention to anything else. So what are you doing, Scott?
If there's an inauguration, I'm not watching it. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For Monday, I got 9 of Swords, so anxieties are high.
No kidding.
But we have a King of Swords coming in.
Mm-hmm.
The Man of Justice. And then there's some kind of deals with the 2 of Coins. There's a shuffling going on. Something ain't, there's no abundance coming in for Monday.
No.
There's no joy of a new administration moving in. There's a lot going on here with nothing feels normal. Basically, that all it is. An inauguration of a president, you would see an empress or a star or strength or something positive.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing positive here.
Well, even when I pulled just on Trump's Monday and it was the Ace of Wands, but the Ace of Wands is, I love Danny's definition of it. He calls it the bam bam stick. It's something that comes in and goes bam bam.
It does look that like with the leaves kind of. You're like,
yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's do a read on Monday here, quick.
I did my read on Monday
with cards.
Oh, okay.
About we gave energy. So let's see what's going to happen on noon. What do the cards have to tell us for noon on Monday?
Okay.
When the swearing in is supposed to happen. Noon on Monday. Oh, birthday to Jean Hall also. We got 2 birthday girls here. Show me what will be happening on noon on Monday, inauguration time.
Okay, you got yours down? Ready to go?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's not going to be a happy gathering. It's not going to be people feeling a whole lot of abundance. There will be people sitting there having a party no matter what. Bring a keg, they'll have a party. And they're going to say, the way it's going to be touted from their point of view is, we made it, we got there. This has been their destination. They have no idea what they're doing afterwards, which is a real problem for the rest of us who have to live in the afterwards. They have no real plans. They have none. And they're like walking away from just a disastrous set of circumstances. So if somebody said, we're having a party and this is what it's going to be like, the card I'd remember the most is, when you walk away from it, you're going to remember it's a mess. Walking away from a battle. I agree with you, Ian. I think if it wasn't, it is going to be incredibly cold. The universe did that for them, so we don't have to go through that crowd size thing again.
In the past, I get the High Priestess, Page of Swords, and 9 of Cups. That feels like it was supposed to be Kamala. The High Priestess is that woman. She feels like she was supposed to be there, and Page of Swords is that thief, and there was supposed to be a Democrat victory here.
Yeah.
Because 9 of Cups is my Democrat card. And then I get the current energy of Ace of Swords. Sword of Truth and Honor with the 8 of Wands and the 9 of Coins. That's a trio of balance and honor and moving forward. To me, moving forward. 5 of Swords. There is some uneasy balance going on. 8 of Cups. Someone's walking away. And then the Star. That's saying something new will arise with hope. And we got a walking away situation. In the end, 8 of Coins, more hard work being done. 7 of Wands. You know, this guy here, that ain't no victory. There's some kind of
getting ready for more battle.
Yeah, there's more battle ahead. And then I got the Devil. So let's go with 45, the Devil. In a 4 of Swords position. That's not a happy moving forward inauguration. I think there's more to come. According to this spread. On the bottom of the deck, I got Knight of Cups. There's the Knight of Hope. I think it's just showing there's a shakeup yet. I don't see it going off with a hitch right now. Pray that's not wrong. I've been consistently getting something like that.
Actually, somebody put a comment in about my thumbnail. It says, "Turn your clocks back to 1936 Germany." You know, tomorrow.
Yeah.
The thing is, people in Germany didn't see how horrible it was going to be. They thought that there was a lot of people who thought they were electing something better. Everybody around him, that had ever read what he was writing about, they knew how bad it was going to be. I'll put a delay. I'll do a yes, no on a delay.
Yeah, let's do a delay on the inauguration. Nay on the inauguration. Delay on the inauguration.
I got no.
Well, we're not jiving then. Ace of Coins is a yes. And a delay. Then I have a Tower. Then I have a Death. And then I have a Knight of Swords. That's chaos, destructions, endings.
I got no.
Next one, 5 of Coins, destruction. And then we have the Lady coming in. God, cards, you're weird. Mine got delays.
Mine got this is a no because it's reversed, and it's not great, but everybody's not on the same page, but it's still a no. This is no. What's been planted is going to be harvested. This is how the Republicans are going to feel. Oh my God, we got past it. You know, we got past all the lies, and we've got what we've got left. And this is my devil card, and it's upside down. But swiftly thereafter is a whole lot of information pouring in. So I don't get a no. I mean, I don't get a yes. And I don't get it. Trust me, I read with some women that I taught to read tarot. We had a meeting, a Zoom thing on Thursday night. And one of the women asked about Trump's health. And the 3 cards she got was The, the devil was the first card, right side up. 8 of Wands, which means something coming swiftly, and then her closing card was death. And so none of the rest of us saw that, but there were only 4 people there, and the other 3 of us had the 8 of Cups with someone walking away. So
those are my cards. Death, Devil, 8 of Cups.
Ooh, I just got a flash. I just got a flash that by being there, he fades while he's there. He doesn't go to any of the inauguration events, and it kicks off a health issue. So he might be sworn in, but it's not. It's like he made it to the mark.
I don't think he wants to be president.
Mm-mm.
He got his wish, but it's not in his. Okay. I just tried six cards on the health issue.
Mm-hmm.
He still got fear. So I have judgment, anxieties with the nine of swords and Ace of Swords. So there's still anxieties there of completion.
Mm-hmm.
He knows something else. Otherwise, I wouldn't think the Sword of Truth would be in there. And he's still in fear and anxiety.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you be if you were him? I would have been that way for the last 40 years.
There very well could be a health issue. Because I have the Ace of Wands, or 8 of Wands, sorry. So that's kind of like the energy of it moving forward with the inauguration. Knight of Coins, it's kind of slow, slow transformation of getting there. And then that 4 of Swords comes again. That's someone that's laying down, getting stabbed with those, taking a break. The energy's weird.
It is. Every way I try to answer.
It's not consistent. It's not showing truth and fact. Like something's gonna happen. Especially like we got different concurrences on tomorrow.
Right.
Something's going down because otherwise we'd be gelling and getting the same things.
Yeah, we usually do.
It ain't very often. So something's going to happen here.
We can just feel it. And okay, so what can we ask a question of what can we do personally to take care of ourselves?
Was that another question you seen?
No. I just feel like there's a disease. I mean, no matter what I lay, I get some of the same cards, all of which are very, they're either the 5 of Cups, right side up or upside down. They're just nothing's making sense. And when I read and nothing makes sense, it means that right now, my little messengers they're not being straight with me. They just don't know. It's like, it's not like the river's flowing forward. It's like we're in a whirlpool.
So according to the Constitution, reading Marie Sutton's here, we do not get Vance as president until they're inaugurated.
Right.
So until after they both take the oath that they will accept the presidency, Vance is not, let's say 45 croaks today. Vance is not president. He's not sworn in yet. So then there's a whole constitutional issue and it gets crazy. Okay. Well, Vance for the president. even for a short period of time, but I don't see Trump there very long. Which cards and the use did I take? Will Biden use the new powers given to the court? J.D. Vance. God, they're showing me no. It's like I asked him, show me a J.D. Vance as being to be president, and all I get is like a stone sculpture, or like a, you know, like you're in England and you got a like two soldier sculptures on the side of an entrance. He just stands there. There's no swearing in or anything. So let's see what the cards say.
Well, will Vance be president even for a short period of time? I got temperance at the beginning, and then I got no. They're upside down, which means no, and no.
That's a lot of no's.
It's a lot of no's.
Wowzers.
And actually, he doesn't want to be vice president. He's going to view it as he gets out of being in the Eight of Swords. He's wandered into something he didn't want to be part of.
Jesus.
What'd you get? Dark? I got dark.
Well, the current situation, I get the Moon, Four of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles.
Oh. All of which are just delightful cards.
Howling at the Moon, you're full of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Four of Swords, taking a break, taking a rest, and then the Five of Pentacles. That's delays and bad issues. Could be health issues. Could be substance issues. And then I get the Lovers, Hangman, Nine of Cups. The Hangman is definitely a delay in life. Nine of Cups is the celebration, but it's my Democrat card, Lovers, who we actually voted for. And then I get the Two of Pentacles again in the end. Those are juggling situations. Seven of Pentacles, that's my voting card. Two of Swords, we got to change. And then Knight of Pentacles, that'll take a little bit of time to figure out the situation. That's a big no.
Somebody asked a question a different way. Read on this. It's Deanna Jones is her name. She's about 4 up from the bottom. Will Tim Walz eventually become vice president?
All right.
That puts a new name in there.
True. Put her back in. How are you doing, Mr. Walls? What's your future destiny, Mr. Tim Walls? Much love, Hazel. Stay in light.
His in card for the reading was the Five of Cups. He was very upset when they lost. But in the middle of the reading, we have the Star, but all the rest of the cards are whether he has the strength enough or whether we have the ability to bring it forth. It's not a yes, no one. I mean, it's not him. There's 2 cards in there that are very strong that would work for him, and 3 cards that are wishy-washy that no.
In the past, I get the Hierophant, Death card and Page of Pentacles. That feels like a stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got the Grim Reaper stealing away as being president.
Yep.
Or vice president. In the current energy, the World. So we got some completion here. Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Very positive. Moving forward. Nine of Wands. Still defending that space. Seven of Pentacles. My voting card.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing it all in. And then the Sun.
They're a very mixed group of cards.
Sun is very positive. In the end, I get Two of Swords. Still working on a path. Eight of Cups. Walking away. And the Lovers and Nine of Cups. Mixed again. So if I had these two together, yep, he's going to be vice president. These two together are walking away on the path they don't really want.
I told you, it's like we're in a whirlpool. We're like looking at both sides of it, and whatever the goal is that's in the middle, it's not set. How could it not be set?
Yeah, it's not set. Nothing's for sure here. Everything's mixed. So if I went with the current energy, I'd be like, yep, he's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got a completion, but we also have a lawyer type figure coming in because Tim's not a King of Swords.
Mm-mm. He's not a lawyer.
He's your King of Cups kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the Queen of Pentacles is backing him up. You know, we got a woman figure.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say man, woman, completion. JD and 45 are not man, woman. So it's still very mixed. It's like the universe is not settled on what's supposed to happen yet.
Yes, and Jean, I agree. This is why everybody's anxiety levels, if you let it break in, get so high. If you can't find some incredibly repetitive thing to read, watch, or sink your mind into.
But yeah, if the inauguration does flow through and whoever's giving that Bible to him and they both say the oath, it's over. There's nothing you can do. There's no riding horse coming in. Anything has to be done before that noontime. You know, the old, what do they call that? That OLC memo. Can't interrupt the president. Because Lord knows, you know, we're not going to remove a president like South Korea did. Never happened.
Well, they just had another riot in a building in a court where they were supposed to be hearing stuff about the South Korean president. That was last night. Thousands of people rushing up and down the hallways. So.
Yeah, I'm running Kathy D.
See many pardons? Yeah.
It's Sunday. What is Joe Biden doing today? Right now, she sees Tim Wall standing in the light. For what she sees, he's in. Let's focus on that one.
Yep.
Biden, what are you doing today?
Oh, he's so looking to get out of being trapped in that White House, he can't see straight. That's his middle card. And he's doing what he needs to do to get things done to finish him out. He's Not the Knight of Cups. He's not going to be the guy that's going to swoop in and save everything for us. This is my kitty deck, so live with it. The other decks were not behaving. And it's a real 7 of Cups time for him. Illusions and delusions. People thinks he can do all these things and he can't by the way he reckons it. And he's in a 2 of Swords position. He's not going to, this card does not denote bold moves.
No, it doesn't. It's like, which way do I go kind of cards. So.
But his out card, that's weird. His 2 of Swords, I modified it. He's got the World, which means he knows it's over. It's done. He's done what he can do. But he also has the Sun, and the Sun right side up or upside down to mean that's a lot of bright light. It doesn't, being reversed doesn't hurt it. And then his other card is the High Priestess. He's sitting on knowledge of what's supposed to happen. So, damn Catholics, they march by their own drummers. Mary didn't tell me to do it.
So I get in the past position, I get the Dark Thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Cups. So the joy was stolen. Ace of Cups and 5 of Cups. So the joy was stolen. And then kind of in the current possession, does anyone know where he is today? Because I get traveling cards.
He must be packing his stuff up, and theoretically not the national secrets. So I got the heartbreak card. Mm-hmm.
Heartbreak card. So there's some sadness, but then I got the Chariot and 6 of Swords, like he's on the move or doing something. And then I got the Page of Coins, which is kind of a moment, but it's also sharing something new. But then I get restricted in the Tower.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 of Swords in the Tower. So whatever path he wanted to do, he's restricted, and there's a drastic change. Strange cards too, but I feel a sense of loss there.
Oh yeah, he's very upset.
I wonder if this means they can't do what they were hoping.
I got a feeling they could have done it and they had a war within themselves and they didn't choose to go forward.
Could be. That's kind of what it's feeling. On the bottom of my deck, I got my intelligence card. Some male coming in with intelligence or some leader briefing him or something. It's almost like I get the sense they're at Camp David or strategizing or something. And think
what they should be strategizing is how do they strengthen. Okay.
I mean, he did do a lot of executive orders lately to
right. And executive orders are only as good as if there's money to back them. If there's no money in the budget to do what they want to do, they can write an executive order about anything. And right now, they need to strengthen the people that need to stay in place, at least through now. This is a political theory view, and this is for those of you who didn't sit through your civics class. You're not going to, this is going to be a little bit boring, but we have to pass a budget. We have to have a budget, and they've pushed it off and pushed it off and pushed it off. A budget has to be passed and signed, and the budget has to have a certain percentage of the Congress and the Senate behind it. And I know everybody thinks, oh, the Republicans own it. That's Republican bullshit news writing. They do not. They have a 2-person 2-person difference between them and the Dems, and they have at least 9 Republicans who said they're not going to vote for anything. So all of the astrologers keep saying some horrible things happening in February and March that's going to really be difficult, very, very difficult for the country. If you've never read about what happens to the country if we have no budget, you don't know how bad things. Banks stop. There's no FDIC. There's no all of the things that we know make us normal. And unless big business can go twist Trump's arm. So if they do pass a budget that gets through the Congress as it is currently seated, it's going to be a Democratic budget because they need every single Democrat to try and get anything through. And the Republicans are split into at least 3 camps on how to deal with this.
Right.
This is where that chaos in the spring that everybody keeps seeing, and they're going, what's Trump going to do? Well, Trump can't do anything about it because this is totally out of his hands.
Yeah, it's a Congress deal.
Right. And right now they're wanting to set up places to begin deportation camps and all that stuff. They don't have any money for it. They don't have it. It's not assigned anywhere. So they'll still grab people and lock them up because they're mean little bastards. And people will do it as long as whatever department they're with says we're getting paid. But in actual fact, they will not have any strength. And it's going to be a Democratic budget or democratically written because Mike the moralist has no backbone and no morals, and he sold his soul to the devil, and he's in the worst. He's in a worse position than I can even imagine someone being in. So if you look practically at how the government really, really runs, and don't say, oh, but they did this when they were in there before. They had leeway and then they had COVID. When it was really starting to fall apart for them, they had COVID come. And so everybody got behind, we got to fund this or that because we want to live. This spring, it's really going to hit the fan. They're going to figure out how little Trump has, if he's still around. And if they've got the brain trust of J.D. Vance running this, he's even more out of his depth.
Pretty much. Janet Yellen said we're going to hit the debt ceiling by next Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to do something. Being Grace, I have never touched any comment or anything, so I don't know why it was deleted. So I don't know what you're seeing, but we don't touch any comments.
We don't do that. We have little people with wrenches, and if they saw something they thought was not appropriate, they may have wrenched it, Scott. But
that could have been, but I didn't notice.
If your wrenchy people did that person and they have a lovely handle, that doesn't mean they put good things in there.
Okay, Summer's wondering. You remember Joe saying to Kamala that
we're not going anywhere?
Not going anywhere, kid.
Okay.
Let's see what that comment meant. What's the NRA around that comment?
Summer, I could use some more of your name where I am. It's 20 degrees here.
Well, it's -1 here, so.
Yeah, but 20 degrees is about 40 degrees colder than it's supposed to be where I am. So.
What did Joe mean? You're not going anywhere. Okay.
I don't know, but it was big, Scott. I've got, out of the 5 cards I laid, 4 are major arcana.
It means he knows the election was stolen.
Mm-hmm. And so do a lot of people.
He was putting out a message. There's legal issues that they knew about. Speaking, the Page of Wands, and we know it's going to get better. The Six of Swords. And then my Hermit, King of Wands. So there's intelligence. There's a waiting period, intelligence. And okay, we're going to evaluate how we're going to move forward. In the end, the truth shall be told with the Ace of Swords, Queen of Coins. Here's your Kamala card. And King of Cups standing together in the Sword of Truth. They knew. They knew something was going to go down. So it depends if they act on it or if they had the intelligence to act on it. It just feels like they need to either they're going to figure out something at the last minute or they can't do it. You know, it's like wheels are still in motion yet.
What I got was the Empress, which is the overriding sense of prosperity and goodness around us. We're going to get what we want, Cup, because it's got the Nine of Cups in there, Scott. But what was delayed was justice. These are the cards: justice, the Sun, and we need temperance. We need to wait.
More waiting. Well, we only have what, a day to wait. 25 hours to wait. The previous comment was, thank you. It said the energy is all over the place, so I disagree that it's necessarily all over.
When he's inaugurated, I agree with that, Grace. Be in grace. I agree with you.
That would take the Republicans having to step up. So let's see what that. If 45 gets inaugurated, what's the energy going to be like?
Oh,
Can that be a scenario?
yeah.
What's the energy?
I'm gonna pull an oracle card. It's my computer pinging at me. Why are you pinging at me, computer?
Okay. Night. Oof. It would be mixed energies. So let's go with the Four of Wands being a inauguration.
Mm-hmm.
United. Then I got Knight of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
There's some quick, kind of tense situations. Then Knight of Coins. Basically, nothing would get done. It'd be last moment, slow moving,
Right.
bills and whatnot. And then moving forward from it, Ace of Wands, what they want to do. But then the Moon, it's kind of like all dark thoughts. And then my budget card. So that's kind of like whatever they want to do is dark, basically. And then my Hierophant card. So the government would be dark and traitorous. So it'd be all, the energy would be all over the place. So it'd basically be the first. It'd be a continuation of the last 2 years in the house.
Okay. Yeah. I'm reading from the Angels and Auras oracle cards, and these are interesting cards because they have reverses. They're the only oracle cards I've ever seen. And we pulled a reverse on this card, and this card normally means your desires are within reach, but when it's reversed, which is the atmosphere around them. It's disbelief, stubbornness, apathy, and anxiety. That's my answer to your question.
Oh, did you happen to catch any video or anything of the march yesterday? There's a lot of people in DC protesting.
Yeah. What I heard was it was almost funereal. It was not, when they've had other things, even though they've been about death and destruction, people have been able to get past that. And they said this is almost, it's almost was like, this is a secondhand report. It was almost as if people were resigning themselves that they have to go back inside themselves. They have to work with those that they can trust, and that they have to realign their army, which is true.
I don't know, Beth. We haven't seen. We haven't. TikTok went down, so we can't get the instant video of him moving out.
Oh, I saw 2 days ago. I saw a bunch of boxes back in the, in the bays wherever they put them before they put them on trucks. What's frustrating for me, as frustrating as I know we're all in a lot of anxiety, and there's some rather high levels of fear, is that normally you and I, at least, you can't imagine how frustrating it is to be where we are, where we normally have feelings about what's coming in the future. And all I see is a whirlpool. There's nothing that spiritually or intellectually I can grab onto. Very, very frustrating. And so I know it's got to be frustrating to those of you who call in who have real lives, do other stuff all the time. How's he going to use them, Vernie?
I was wondering if he'd use it. He hasn't yet. Like immunity powers of something, right? Or is he too honorable to do anything?
I think they're kind of hoping if they don't use it, then when the next crew really takes hold, they can wipe it out and say that wasn't a legitimate. It's like the Plessy decision from the Supreme Court that said segregation was correct. Was done in like 1911. They played away from that, and then eventually it fell because it wasn't really brought in.
I get a no. I just thought a few cards, and would Joe use any immunity powers? And I get a no. I got I got him coming out as the King of Cups, but so like it's kind of like not the Democratic way. This would be, the Democrats, whatever, but then that's the lost card and sadness and not taking action. And here would be an order, so it's between. So that would be my no because of the lost card in the middle. So I don't think he would use it for bad, or immunity powers supposedly given by the Supreme Court. And then I do have legal challenges. So I don't think he would go down that route. See, there's chat about the 14th Amendment, Article 3. That would have been done a long time ago. I don't believe it can be used after the fact. It's a prevention of an insurrectionist being president.
Right.
So it has to be done before. After the fact, then you have the 25th Amendment or impeachment removal. 14.3 is prior, so it's pretty much passed.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked about pardons. One I was really hoping for, and we haven't seen yet, is Reality Winner. There's Chandler's. Clear the mechanism, clear the cards. She deserves one. I don't know why it hasn't been done yet. Let's see.
He pardoned a bunch of nonviolent drug offenses, like thousands yesterday.
2,500 I've seen, yeah.
And you got to realize he's using the old system, which was where the person's case was vetted through the Justice Department and they had different opinions written, and then it went to him about which way to go.
Okay. Reality Winner. Joe Biden. Pardon me.
Yes, I got a 5-card yes. And the 2 cards are the most interesting. The one is the 9 of Cups because it's what most people think should happen, and it's justice.
Good. It feels like a yes too.
Mm-hmm.
I did get the evaluate card, but here's Joe Biden, the King of Cups, Page of Cups, offer, and then maybe that's meaning wait till the very end because it's my card, making decisions. I did get a waiting card too. 10 of coins, Hermit, and then the 4 of Cups. So that's waiting too. And then the Wheel of Fortune in the end. Because it would never happen under 45.
No.
The Wheel of Fortune restricted and then 45 card. So it's like the pardon would never happen under 45. So it feels like he's going at the last moment. And talking about the 314 again here with Lucky Fox. Yes, it was used in New Mexico. But according to, Co Giffen, but that was a state race. The Supreme Court said that the Congress must decide on 314.
Mm-hmm.
And the proper time to do it would have been January 6th, because then they could have only used 20% of the vote. Mm-hmm. Now it would take 50% of the vote used by Congress to say, yes, remove him. And then 2/3 to remove it. It's over with 314. Because of what the Supreme Court said, that Congress must act upon it. Any state case can be used in, like it did in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Congress can only over 50%. Republicans own Congress. Never happened.
No, they have 2 vote margin. Don't feed the myth that they're this incredibly powerful thing. Even Forbes did an article yesterday or day before
Did they?
about the myth of how much power or how many votes and stuff they have. They're not that powerful. It's time to get your lazy butt neighbors that don't vote to go vote. We're back to that.
Okay.
Do you have bird flu by you, Scott?
Not that I've noticed, no.
We have bird flu warning for the state
Really?
of Texas and Georgia and a lot of other states that take care of your chickens and get you your eggs. So
I did see, Georgia having issues. They had to wipe out a bunch of birds. Okay. All right.
okay.
Is Biden okay? Everyone and their mother emailed the White House, emailed Kamala.
The person you can have the most effect on is the one that you can vote for. I mean, as in your vote means them getting in or not, like House and Senate and stuff. So
Lucky Fox photo, yes. Everything you're saying is correct.
no, he doesn't. He doesn't allow the frustration to sneak into his world. He actually sees bowing to the open public will as the act of the devil. It's not how he makes up his mind.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows, he doesn't act on it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as reaction, showing reaction. So I get the Queen of Cups, so that's my United States card. Wheel of Fortune, and then Queen of Coins. So that's all the substance and what he hoped for us and whatnot. So then I do get what was seen and given from us with the Page of Cups. There's the anxieties and worries from 45. And in the end, my voting card, Ace of Coins, prosperity, and then the frustrations. So yeah, he sees it. He knows it. He just doesn't show it.
Well, he's not going to get ruled by it. I mean, he gets a lot of other information we don't know anything about.
True.
Somebody asked what they can do spiritually right now. And do you want to do a quick reading on how to deal with anxiety other than Xanax?
Was there a question way back or?
Yeah, it's way back. It's like it wasn't written in bold. And it was just something about what can we do spiritually now to deal with our frustrations.
Yeah, get rid of that. How to deal with frustrations.
Well, how to deal in these times, how to deal to states to deal with it spiritually. Because it's real easy for your spirit to just get knocked out of you.
So I grabbed my Oracle deck, my ET Oracle deck.
Good. We're going to talk to your guys.
we are one in the universe. We have connected energy.
Mm-hmm.
So when any bad energies out there, we will take that energy in.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we need to stay in a better energy space and not worry about it. Clear your energy. You can use sounds, music, singing bowls, tuning forks,
Mm-hmm.
anything, meditation videos, whatever, to clear your space.
Breathe.
And then I get prayers are answered, help is on the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, the best way to do is disconnect from what you're doing by being in a better space, whether it be meditation or just being in your own vibe. So you don't want to connect with if Uncle Jake is making you upset. Well, you don't want to stay in the same room with Uncle Jake. You disconnect from
Mm-hmm.
it. You find your own space. Anything else?
Yeah, I got another one.
No, go ahead. I'm only going to use 3.
I got reality check. But it takes a metaphysical unicorn dancing on rainbows to get your attention, so be it. Now is the time to have a heart to heart chat with yourself about the actions that you are and aren't taking to reverse the negative experiences. And the negative side of this card, when it's inverted, there are changes you need to make, and you just need to pull away from them. The reverse on this is indifference and unguided, misguided. So you can't be indifferent to the times we're in. You just need to look at them and then breathe in good energy. And, don't tie to the work when you're looking at all the stuff the Republicans are doing. You're looking at the worst of what can happen around us and focusing on that. Your thoughts help empower that to happen. So the less you think about it, the stronger it is, and we get away from it.
Yeah, it's basically just being your happy space.
Right.
Whatever your happy space is, find
And
that.
don't, and I've had people say, oh, well, you shouldn't do that because you need to be tied up. Dears, I spent my life, I've spent a big chunk of my professional life being professionally anxious in politics. And I see what it bought me and it bought the people around me. I'm not going to do that anymore.
We can only control what we have in our lives and hope for the best result. It's not an example, we can't control like a family member getting in a car accident.
Right.
We have to accept what we have in ours and then go to help and assist that family member that may have gotten in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be helping get another vehicle or assist in giving your second vehicle, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or that's the circle we need to be in. We can't control outside forces. We just have to stay in our best positivity and hope for one, if a 45 presidency does come in, I mean, we're already hosed for Republican control. Nothing will get done. So
Mm-hmm.
we got to keep our space. Okay. A reading for our Democratic ticket in February.
Mm-hmm.
What's the energy on Kamala and Tib in February?
I've already dealt my cards. Do you want me to read them?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm still thinking. Concentrate.
It's turned parts of her world upside down, but she's getting back in there, and the chariot moving forward. She's not seeking out people's advice anymore. She's just going to move forward. she's not going to feel like she needs to be in charge. She's not doing the Four of Pentacles. As a matter of fact, if anything, she's building a new base because she got 2 4s in here. It shows her building a fortress for herself and taking some time to rest and decide what to do next. Tim Walsh, he's not taking any big actions, but he definitely feels energy inside him to move forward. He's got the Ace of Swords. He also has the Ace of Cups. So he's working on building some new things around himself. We won't be aware of it. It's not going to be out in the big world where we can see it. But when he comes forward, there's going to be such a change that's going to be part of what brings him forward. So.
Okay. The past, so I guess all this sense, but I think they're in a partnership together here. So I'm reading them as a partner.
Okay.
You know? So I didn't separate them.
Okay.
So in the past, I got Born Leader, the King of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, doing the work together, and then Temperance. Trying to find your purpose, but it's also that waiting card. The current energy, I get the pain of the loss, the Fool, next adventure, and then Three of Cups, friendship. You know, there's a celebration. So they reflecting on the loss of that current state, moving forward, legal professional with the King of Swords, public recognition with the Six of Wands, and then there's some bickering. So there may be a victory here from a legal authority, but then there's different priorities. So that's kind of conflicting energy there. So there might be something ongoing yet. So February, we got manifesting new opportunities with the Ace of Pentacles. Then we get the 10 of Cups. We got a happy family. Page of Cups, a new offer coming in. And then Six of Pentacles working together.
Yep.
Their story's not written. It's still not written. You know, it's not over.
Well, in my reading, you know, Walsh had 2 aces. So he's on all sorts of new beginnings and new ways of thinking about things and viewing them.
So my final outcome is they're still working together.
I think they've taken out some time, though, to kind of watch. I mean, I think stuff's been going on that they might have to move quickly. We got 12 hours from my time, so move quickly.
24, you mean? 12 hours would be midnight. You talking until inauguration time, or?
Yeah.
That's one day.
Oh, it's 24 hours. I'm sorry. Oops.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Wonder what you're meaning.
I don't know, Scott. Why are you asking me a question?
Walsh is currently governor. Why would he run for Senate?
He'd been in the Senate. He doesn't. He likes being where he can really make decisions that he can see the outcomes of them.
Yeah. But Klobuchar just got elected for another 6 years. What's the other? I think the other lady's name is Tina someone, I think. Yeah. I'm not sure when she's up. If it's 2 or 4. Susan. Readers are getting from 2 timelines. I see some readers definitely getting 45, becoming 47. Others definitely, we're kind of getting the same things. My read.
Well, we agree, Susan. Where I said we're standing in the whirlpool where the two timelines crossed, and
My pendulum has never changed either. And like Cash Peters testing, it's difficult, but it's never changed. Kamala is our.
here they are. Here are our fancy little sticks. Which one are we going to ask first?
Try our sticks. I'm gonna clear them. Get off. Okay. Let's try some sticks here quick. What do you want to do?
Will Trump be inaugurated tomorrow?
Will Donald J. Trump be inaugurated at noon?
Not only that, but it's doing what it does, where it just swings and just swings and swings and swings and says.
That's a no.
Yeah, that's a big no, guys. That's not. I've dealt with these for years. They never did this before this. Now.
Will Kamala Harris be inaugurated in March?
March.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's a delay.
Okay. I got a yes.
It's slowly moving in. It's not definite.
Ask for January then.
That's quick. Will Kamala Harris be inaugurated in January? Not moving.
It's not moving.
Kamala Harris be inaugurated in February? It's unknown how this is all going to play out yet. Will J.D. Vance ever be our president? Big no. That was quick. This is true, Mimi. Hillary basically won.
Yeah. And we didn't fight it then. And people said, why didn't we fight it? And I agree.
The election interference which was proven. Yeah. Yeah, I think JD's a good liar.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good liar. Anything in his okay. Will Mark Rutte save us at some point?
Okay, guys.
Basically NATO.
Okay. Let me put this to you this way. We wanted Mueller to save us. Then we wanted Smith to save us. Now we want Rutte. What you need to do is get extremely strong in your own ability to image and the energy you pull in and see these folks gone. And not expect Santa Claus or the big daddy from the sky or somebody to come in and save us. Doesn't work that way. But I will read on will Mark Rutte save us at some point.
Yeah.
Laura, I'm just saying.
Yeah, NATO, Five Eyes, all that, they're intelligence. They give us intelligence. It's not their place to fix our elections. It's up to our prosecutors, our DOJ, the people that vote.
That doesn't mean we shouldn't like good guys or try to think it's going to come out right. I'm just saying, when we put the whole time when people were talking about the Mueller report, every ounce in back of me energetically was screaming, that's not how it's going to work.
Yeah, it takes the Republican Congress to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of report. They didn't. Or to stand up at impeachments. They didn't. Or
well, maybe I need to eat my cards, Scott, because I got a yes. It's going to come this spring, the Ace of Cups. He's been a little bit slow at the switch. He's been having a hard time getting other people on board. And it's all people. All of these cards are people. The King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. When he comes in, it's going to be definitive, and there's not going to be a lot of question, and he's going to have all the personalities behind him to help push it. But then what do we do with it?
Another Mueller report?
If if they prove the election was stolen, what do we do with it?
True. Okay, there is some kind of news.
Mm-hmm.
I think he already brought it.
Mm-hmm.
So my Wheel of Fortune is also the world. I combine those two. So it's like a culmination of something, investigations, whatever. They did find some kind of loss, some kind of sadness, and then here's your news. So it's what NATO and him and the Five Eyes, whatever. And then there is a report. So there is some burdens within government or organizations, NATO, whatever it may be. And then here's some kind of report, Nine of Coins. So something tangible. In the end, I have energy and teamwork with the Ace of Wands, Danny's Ace of Club. And then my Hermit. So there's a waiting time. And then he does bring something through, some kind of assistance. I think it's already been shown and proven, whatever they have on that end.
Mm-hmm.
The intelligence of Russia or whatever they can do, but I think it's already been shown from my energy senses. On the bottom I have my Empress card, Empress star, so there's some hope there and abundance. I think I keep getting the information is already there.
Mm-hmm.
We do it. So eventually, yeah, I think there's going to be a report, but, kind of like disclosure, but I think it's there. I get it's here. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I really don't. But as far as him saving us, no.
No.
It's up to our DOJ, our enforcement, our laws. I don't think the CIA was running into Romania to say, hey, stop your election now. They did it.
Romania did what it stood up like a nation and said, okay, we'll vote again.
They did it.
Mm-hmm.
NATO didn't step in. Well, at least I think our biggest savior is Mark Elias.
Mm-hmm.
He's our biggest Democratic savior.
Mm-hmm.
Through the courts, keeping things on the up and up, saving that Supreme Court seat in North
Carolina.
Yeah. Oh, a felon question. Will Elon be a scapegoat?
Okay.
Will Elon be a scapegoat? Will Elon be a scapegoat?
He couldn't unless he got Ray to leave. Throw Ray out. He couldn't have thrown Ray out.
No.
They put them on 10-year terms for a reason because of what happened. And if you don't know about J. Edgar Hoover, Google and bring your barf bag. But
yeah.
But that's why they did it, because that man he used his agents to blackmail senators and congressmen and presidents. And he stayed in there for 30-something years?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was nuts. So they set up this 10-year thing that was supposed to take care of it. Obviously, it didn't.
It's kind of like it's just the way Joe is. And I respect that. It's a 10-year rule.
Mm-hmm.
And Dumpty does whatever the heck he wants to do, which is crazy. That's why I don't think he would get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
They're in for 10 years. So unless he does, did some act of treason or something, yeah, that's the only way. And it's kind of the same thing of all that talk about expanding the Supreme Court. I don't think he would executive order that kind of thing.
Mm-mm.
He was asking Congress to create a law to expand the Supreme Court. It's like you're acting like a dictator by doing these things. So that's why he wouldn't go there, and I respect him from that. And I wouldn't do that if I was president. It's like, Congress, we need to get together and do the right thing. Of course, we've got a Republican Party that does nothing. So, where were we back at?
We're never understood. Okay, well, Elon Musk is scapegoat for all this, and I got no. He's too well connected outside the country for them to do that to him.
Yeah, everyone else wants him gone. Get out of our elections, you criminal. Energy on.
But you guys got to realize, have you ever read anything about when they assassinated Julius Caesar? All of the senators who did it because they said he was taking all this power and becoming dictator for life and stuff. And then they abandoned all the rules they said they were protecting. I mean, they really did. I, unfortunately, my dears, had 4 years of Latin and had to read all this crap. But now I remember it. Oh, watch a documentary on Martin Luther King. I'm sure there'll be some up there because it's his birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
See the polar opposite.
Yeah, unless there's breaking news of something crazy, I think I'll listen to a movie or something while I'm driving for work tomorrow.
I've turned my notifications off because they're going to send you. Melania actually wore clothes to the inauguration kind of notices, So
that would be amazing.
Yeah, well, ask the Russian press. Their equivalent of Hannity apparently was showing all of Melania's best photos from her early years last night on Russian TV.
So yeah, unfortunately, I don't get Elon as being a scapegoat. It's the same kind of thing with money. Money rules the world. Flashing his money around seems like he gets away from everything. The only thing negative I got is the Knight of Swords. But money may bail him out of a situation, like settlement or whatever. Because he's the money man. Lots of money around him. It's like he just gets away with everything. Unfortunately. It's up to our governments to take care of him. If they will. Is there anything else you want to look at?
Well, somebody just said Martin Luther King's birthday was the 15th. That's true. But tomorrow is the real day we celebrate. So.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Do you know that to join Mar-a-Lago, you had to pay $1 million in the last year? And that's helped. That's the worst thing they ever did was to not jump on him with both feet for the emoluments clause. Because that would have disincentivized a lot of what he's doing. Okay. But that's past is past. I'm going to do a reading of asking my numbers if it'll tell me when will this end.
Was there a question there I can highlight?
No. I'm capable of formulating my own questions.
Well, I mean, for the audience. So what was the question?
When will it end?
What will what end?
When will
the chaos?
The turmoil and the ups and downs and all that stuff.
The Republican chaos. I'm going to go with that.
And then we'll answer poor Laura Wright. That woman must have this on speed dial. Will Biden pardon Leonard Peltier? We'll ask that one.
Yeah, if it's Martin Luther King Day, it would be no mail tomorrow, right?
Right.
That's a holiday.
Right.
Okay.
Finally this is the first year my daughter works for the university that she's gotten MLK Day off. It's how long it took Texas to figure out it was a holiday. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's the goal.
So
I'm pulling out the ones that look possible and reading them when I get to them.
okay.
Do what you're doing. I mean, when is when?
So as far as when
Mm-hmm.
you can get over. So in the past here, I get the Queen of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an intelligent professional woman energy. But I get the sense of better laws with the Strength card coming in, the Queen of Cups. So it kind of gets the feeling of better law and order and better laws actually being implemented and used properly.
Mm-hmm.
And the current energy is financial control with the Four of Pentacles,
Mm-hmm.
Seven of Wands, standing your ground, and the King of Pentacles is a financial man of business. So we need to get better at budgeting, and we need to okay, it just popped in. We need a proper tax law.
Oh, the IRS commissioner resigns tomorrow.
Moving forward, how is it going to get better? Three of Wands, that's looking for assistance, planning. Six of Cups and Two of Wands. It's a lot about future planning and not returning to past mistakes. So we need laws, we need planning, we need a better budget, we need better laws. In the end, Three of Pentacles, continual work. Time for expansion of certain laws.
Mm-hmm.
I get the sense of helping with poverty and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Four of Cups is feeling left out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get the Hierophant and then the Eight of Wands. So our structures need better movement. So I didn't get anything about voting. Basically, we need our government revamped
Mm-hmm.
and actually working for us.
Right.
So we're not going to move forward until those things are revamped. Stop living, like Joe said, we're heading into an oligarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Till that ends, we're stuck. Yeah.
I have much more optimistic cards than you have.
You go for it.
I start with the Eight of Swords. We're all caught up in this prison, but things are going to happen this winter. Information's going to come to light, the High Priestess. Things are going to happen this winter that's going to start breaking this up. It's going to carry into the spring, and by spring, It's fully blossoming and growing and moving. And then the final judgment will be happening in October, which is the 10th month. To that card, Wheel of Fortune always means October is the time. So I was thinking within this year, when are things going to break? And what I saw in all the cards, this is how many cards I had to go through to get those cards. And that usually when I do timing cards, it doesn't take nearly that much. But what I saw is we have this, the Republicans have the teeny tiny little slim, not really their majority until June. And then there's some fill-in elections for all these people Trump's taken out of their seats. And they're already working on filling those seats with probably more proper people. So we could have a very different House by June.
I think the elections are in March, or is it too long?
That may be primaries, but the actual elections are June.
Probably, yeah. You're right.
Okay. And then by then,
depends if they get nominated in.
Well, if they're Democrats, and the only state that has a weird law like that, two, Alaska and California, you can have in essence 2 Republicans running or 2 Democrats running, because they have the preferred electorate thing.
Right.
But everybody else, all the other states where he's pulled people, like Florida,
yeah,
and they finally got him to quit draining the Congress, picking congressmen he really liked. So
they're if at least Stefanik gets nominated, passed through, and Walz from Florida, those 2, the Gates has got to get another. So as far as I know, there's like 3 special elections in the House.
No, Sean said there's 7.
7.
So, and I'll trust him. I mean, he pays more attention to those kind of numbers. Leonard, yes. We're going to ask. This poor woman has been asking all morning about Leonard.
I'm not sure who he is, but it doesn't matter.
He's a Native American who is defending his home. And if he was in any other state, they'd say, you can do that. And he got sentenced to life in prison. And he's like 80 years old. He's not going to hurt anybody. Even if he could hurt them, he shouldn't have been jailed for what he got jailed for. They were attacking his home. Yes. Yes, I got yes.
Prosperity, Chariot.
And they're trying to get him out before he dies.
I got very good cards, except for the 5 of coins. I'm not sure where that plays in.
The 5 of coins, he's been left out in the cold. I mean, he shouldn't have been tried for this. He probably didn't do it. Susan Bain said 2 FBI agents were killed, and he happened to be in the vicinity, and he'd been an activist, and so they pinned it on him. And there's some theory that the FBI agents were killed by friendly fire. So
yeah, but I got the Chariot and the Sun next to it. So I mean, there's very good positive energy that he would, and it could be a last minute thing too, because I got the moon, Ace of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles. So there's a lot of 10s there. The moon is a 10 month for me. That's completions.
Yep.
Is that the only one confusing to me was that 5 of coins, but you said that's a left out in the cold card. Struggles and ruin, but it's complemented with the others. So it feels like it too.
Yeah. There's lots of people rotting in our prisons that are falsely there. And a bunch of them that ought to be in prison. What are we going to do now? Fearless leader, where are we going?
We're at 139, so
Uh-oh.
inspiration to focus on this week.
One of the last people that bought one of my gardens. My gardens are gone. Yay!
Goody goody.
I mean, they're fun and they're great and they're wonderful, but I don't have to deal about them anymore. One of the last people who bought my garden was lives in the Netherlands, and she watches us every Sunday afternoon.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Some learning lessons here. Some reason I was told to pull 6. Look for the magic in life. To find compromise when there's sudden changes that go on.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go through this current cycle in life and what we're going through, so this is the energy of what we're talking about when the 5 of Ariel. That's 5 of coins. That's the struggle and what we need to go through. Then the star, dreams come true. And with the sun, the life is wonderful card. All things positive and inspiring success. The star is the end of the difficult situation.
Right. That's the next card after the Tower.
So it's saying we were meant to go through this struggle, this chaos. So it's like the calm before the storm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry. We will have success. Your turn.
Okay. I got out of my shamanic crystals. It's not a crystal. It's the Western direction. I am the direction of the West. I realize that I create certain awe with my strength. Approaching darkness is always sparked stories of fears among humans simply because they cannot explain what they feel. True. Dear soul, knowing, and this is what it says in the book, guys. I'm reading the paragraph from the book. Knowing what tomorrow holds is, remember, it's merely an illusion of a controlling mind. Allow every cell within you to vibrate with the knowledge that anything can happen and you can be able to cope with anything serenely, thanks to your strength. Focus on the beautiful things that can surprise you. Snowflake obsidian rhodonite, that's what's all over your grid, by the way. Moonstone are crystals that help you through beautiful transformations. A strong dragon, proud and imposing, reminds you how ancient your soul really is. The special flame burns within you. Work with that so that you can manifest. But the best part of this is, dear soul, knowing what tomorrow holds is a mere illusion of a controlling mind. Allow every cell in you to vibrate for change.
Susan joined in a march to freedom in 2000.
At Pine Ridge, yeah.
Wow.
This has been going on since I was in college.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's when the big money was trying to use the FBI to get a hold of tribal lands because of the minerals. This has been going on a long time. You guys think you're frustrated. I've been doing this since 04. And I don't mean 2004. Yeah, 1970s.
Wow.
What do we think about Canadian politics?
It's confusing.
they're kind of going through some changes, but they're not at least run by a bunch of abnormal psychopaths. So now England has Nigel Farage was over here. He's part of Trump's nominating committee. He wants to take over the Conservative Party in England. And then they too have their very own version of a neurotic psychopath. So, and I don't even know if those words go together. It just means a very strange person that shouldn't control an elevator, which has limited mobility, you know.
I think he'll be fine there too. I think Trudeau's doing the right thing, I guess. It feels like it.
He's been there a long time, and stuff builds up, even when you want to do it all right.
So, everyone, stay focused.
Yeah.
Don't get down. No negative energy. It's still, there's nothing for sure yet. So stay focused and
do a ritual. Burn a candle gaze, do anything that can help you get your mind out of being part of your perception of now. Remember, there's lots of nows going on all at the same time.
I'm still focusing on Kamala Wall's future, so the energy's still there. So just have a blessed day. Don't worry, and stay focused.
Take care. Bye.
Yeah, love.